The effects of inflammation, I think, are even understated in media, in school. Uh,
Mhm.
I would imagine that for you, inflammation is a very serious red flag.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, inflammation is not only a problem in obesity, but it's also a problem. You've heard of heart disease or cardiovascular disease, right?
Yes.
So that's inflammation in your arteries. And they're sometimes caused by obesity or even often caused by obesity. So, inflammation in your body, and especially chronic inflammation, which means that the inflammation is not resolved, so it doesn't go away, that's a bad thing. So, that means that you don't feel anything bad. You don't feel worse than I mean, if you're really sick and you have a really full blown inflammation in your body, you feel bad. You're sick. You probably have fever, but this low chronic inflammation you can't feel, but it's there. So that means your immune system is always alert. It's always on an activated state. It's always like looking for some threat. And unfortunately, this alertness also leads to destruction of sometimes healthy tissue, and and also to have some type of yeah of negative consequences on a lot of different angles. So it's just your immune system is kind of crazy all the time.
It is, and it's just interesting because it impacts, obesity as well.
Mhm.
Stressors like lack of sleep,
Oh yeah,
not enough sleep, and all of a sudden you're gaining weight.
yeah. I mean, this is also one of the factors that is probably underestimated. Shift work is a big factor in all these diseases, also heart disease and obesity. Is often seen in people that are uh, doing shift work, because the body's metabolism is also directed by a rhythm, and this rhythm is called circadian rhythm, which basically means that it has this type of 24-hour cycle, which is guided by outside light. It's guided by the sun. And the very fascinating thing to me, I mean, I'm a little bit fascinated by the circadian rhythm, is that every single cell in our body has an inside clock, which kind of runs in this 24-hour circle. And for shift workers, this clock is often disrupted. And that shifts your metabolism in, I would say, uh, from a storage phase to a consumption phase and a storage phase again, in a way where it shouldn't be. I mean, it should be in a stage where it burns the fat, but it's actually in people have to work during your phase. Yeah, it's just it's just confusing, the whole clockwork in your cells and the whole clockwork in your body, and that's often the reason also for a development of a metabolic disease.